Hi, Chuck B here. Know your numbers, know your numbers, know your numbers. That's what you're always going to hear from everyone telling you how to start and run your business. Well, yes, you do have to know your numbers. But what good is knowing your numbers if you don't know what to do with those numbers? Springtime's here. We're starting to mow grass. We're starting to make money. Well, what do we do? Do you have a process set up to where you know once you get all that money coming in, how do you split that money up to ensure that you've paid yourself, you're going to have enough to pay your overhead, you're going to have enough to pay your taxes? Do you have a process set up, or do you just throw money at it and hope it all sticks? So anyway, stick around. Let's take a look at the spreadsheet I have set up and how I split my money up and run my business. Alright, hey guys, I've tried to record this a few different times, and it's really hard to go through this spreadsheet and explain everything I want to explain about it without making this a really long video. So I'm going to do my best to keep it short because we don't want to spend a whole lot of time staring at a spreadsheet. Anyway. I'm going to change 50, 60, 80. Okay. Okay, anyway guys, here we go. I was just changing some things on the spreadsheet to make it really quick and simple. So this is the spreadsheet that I use to track how I split my money up within the business. And these numbers are all hypothetical. These are not my real numbers, other than you'll see the sales tax rate down here. That is a real number. I have to pay sales. Check with your tax professional. You should know if you're having to collect sales tax on your services or not. In my state, I have to collect sales tax on my services, so there we go. That being said, also, don't just do this off of my advice. Always check with your tax and financial advisor, professional, before you make any big decisions in your business. This is just what I do and what I find works for me. I am not a tax professional. Okay, that being said, so let's just jump right into it. This is from a book, Mike Michalowicz, Profit First. A book I listened to on Audible link down below and all that jazz. Really enjoy all of his books. He has a new one coming out I'm really excited to listen to. But this book really helped me figure out a way to ensure that I'm paid each and every time what I want to be paid and cover everything in my business. By the end of the year, I don't have anything to worry about. I don't have to worry about taxes. I don't have to worry about this. I don't have to worry about the winter slush fund. It's all handled throughout the season, and by the end of the year, I'm ready for it. The only thing I would advise is at first it is really tough getting into this. At least I found the way I did it was tough because I jumped right in. And he advises in the book not to do that. I jumped right in because my situation allowed me to be a little more aggressive with getting into this. So that being said, let's just take a look at it. So this is the spreadsheet I set up. And we're just going to take a look at January here. Make sure, yeah. So let's say for January, and this is real revenue. This is not. So, I collect $100, or I mowed somebody for $25. I mowed them 4 times because I invoice at the end of the month. So their bill was $100 for my services. The sales tax on that's 8.6. So actually their bill was $108.60. My real revenue from that is $100. So we put in $100. Down there it shows my sales tax was $8.60 for the month. And hey, $100 in January, very realistic, because especially like for me this year, I moved snow one time the entire winter. So anyway, that being said, $100. So you see it's your profit account. You have 10. I have it split up where I'm 10% profit, 50% owner's pay, 20% goes into taxes, and 20% for operating expense. Now what that is trying to tell me is, so out of that $100, I need to put $10 into a different account. And it's a savings account. It's my profit account. Right off the top, I just take $10, bam, it goes into the profit account, handled. Owner's pay, well, I only made $50 that month. Now, as you build this account, say you put yourself on a salary for $1,000 a month. I know that's pretty low salary, but hey, you're gonna start wherever you're gonna start. Your situation is going to dictate. Well, even though you don't have that $1,000 yet, and you can't pay yourself what you don't have, but as you build this up over time, you're going to have money saved up in your own. These are all different accounts, by the way. You have a profit account, you have an owner's pay savings account, you have a tax savings account, and then if you do like I do, my operating expenses account is just my checking account for the business. But these other three accounts, they're all savings accounts. So I have money going into the profit account. That's a savings account just for company profits. My owner's pay account is another savings account just for owner's pay. And the tax account is just a savings account to pay tax. Now, when I say taxes, this is for income tax. This is not sales tax. I have another account for sales tax. That's a sales tax savings account, that because I'm on annual reporting, so at the end of the year I need to have whatever I need to turn over to the state. So I just put it in its own account. That way I don't have to worry about, oh crap, did I overspend? It's not in my account. It's not in my operating expense account, so I don't have to worry about it. The owner's pay account, so this month I can only pay myself $50. There's no point in putting that in a savings account because, well, I got to pay myself, and I pay myself the $50 and suck it up and do what I got to do to get more work, right? The $20, put that in your income account. Just get in the habit of doing it. And then your operating expense account, so your checking account still has $20 in it. Hopefully you didn't spend more than $20 to make that 100. I know when you first start out, like I said, it's going to be rough. But once you're into a regular season, let's just say, February, things pick up. You did $2,500 worth of work, and you see how this starts changing. And now your profit account, you got $250 you get to put over there. Your owner's pay account, you had yourself on that salary for $1,000. Well, your owner's pay for this month was $1,250. So pay yourself the $1,000. Put that $250 in your owner's pay savings account. You're going to need it later on. So your tax account, you just keep splitting this money off the way it says. March, business picking up, $5,000. Hey, $5,000 in lawn care is doable. I don't want to tell anybody what they should be making, what's good, what's bad, because I have no idea what other areas, what's normal. For this area, $5,000 is pretty easy to do. It's pretty normal for a solo guy to be making $5,000 in a month. So there you go. You got $2,500. So there you pay yourself that $1,000. There's another $1,500 into your owner's pay savings account. And I'm really just focused on this for this video, just your owner's pay stuff, because if you understand that, then you'll understand all of them. So there January was a rough month. February and March, you got to pay yourself the salary you had planned on paying. And then just over those 2 months, you've put what, 15? So you've put $1,700 into an owner's pay account. You didn't take it, you didn't spend it, you didn't give yourself a bonus. And down here you'll see quarter distribution. Listen to his book. I don't want to explain how that works, but you're kind of giving yourself a cut off the profits every quarter from your company. Listen to Mike's book. He'll explain all of that. Just to keep the video shorter, I don't want to dwell on that one too much, but that is it's a reward block. So, you're coming into April, $5,000, and, you just do that. Let's just say the $5,000 is just normal. You've done that all the way to the end of the year. And then every month you can see you got the extra $1,500, $1,500, $1,500. Over the course of the year, you've gained up, whatever it ends up being. I'm not going to fill out every single block. But you've got that overflow going into that owner's pay account. So I'm just going to use June as an example for the end of the month or the end of the year, and you're back to that, December hits, crappy winter, nothing to clean up, nobody's calling. You made $100 again. Well, there you're back down to that owner's pay of only $50. Well, over the course of the season, you've been putting $1,500 extra away into your owner's pay savings account. So this is where that comes into play. So you take the $50 out of the 100, and that's what you pay yourself. And then for the rest, for that other $950, you just reach into your owner's pay savings account and take out the $950 and pay yourself your salary. And that's exactly what it builds it up. So you have your winter fund. It's there. You do everything instead of. I know it's really easy. At least for me, it was really easy to say, "Hey, I'm going to only take $500 a month, and I'm going to put $500 into savings." Well, setting yourself hardline numbers all the time, really, because things fluctuate, especially if you're into operating expenses. You're always going to have fluctuations on you spent more to make more, and you'll just have to listen to his book, understand why you want to use percentages without me telling you why. If you use a percentage, then everything else, because everything is relevant, and relevance is going to work better than just picking a hardline number. I don't know if relevance is the proper word I should be using there. Anyway, it makes sense to me, so I'm going to say it. So you guys see there, and then July, we're pretending that's the end of the year. Another $100, and then you still got your fund at the end of the year that were in your owner's pay savings account that you're pulling from to make this, and then all of a sudden, season kicks off again, and there you go. You're back to making money. Well, as you're doing all this, and you see going into the next, let's say you started that next year, and you still had, I don't know, $5,000 sitting in your owner's pay savings account that you never got into. So there you can make a decision. Hey, it was pretty tight trying to go all year on that $1,000 salary, but I did it. I know I could do it, but I was living tighter than I wanted to live. So, excuse me. I was living tighter than I wanted to live, so I'm going to give myself a raise, and I'm going to take a $1,500 salary this year. Well, you've got that slush fund in there. I guess that's the proper word, in your that overage in your owner's pay savings account, and you can use that. Or you can just keep putting those. Now that you're making money again, you've got the extra money going back, because here, on a $5,000 month, you still got $2,500 for owner's pay. You've raised yourself to $1,500 salary, but hey, you've still got $1,000 going into that overage. So you're still building for the winter, even with giving yourself a raise. And hey, maybe you're giving yourself a $2,000 raise, whatever. Whatever you're paying yourself, just make sure that the numbers are realistic and you're always saving. And I know I've stumbled my way through this, and I'm making this video way too long already. Hopefully I didn't speak too fast. I doubt I did. And hopefully I kept this video short enough and explained it well enough that you would be willing to listen to Mike's book so you understand this process better. It's called Profit First. And it has made a huge difference in my business and the way I run things and the way the money works in my business. It has allowed me to not stress. And that's really what the point I wanted to get across today, is just show a tool that I use to pretty much dummify my money, and I don't have to look at the money when it comes in and go, oh, okay, let me look at my bills, and let me look at this, and I just go right to the spreadsheet. I fill it out. I stick to it. Like I said, at first it was really hard, but now that I've done it, I started using it about mid-season last year, and once I got over the initial shock, and since I started in the middle of the season, I had more money to play with. I wouldn't have been able to start as well starting it in January, because if you don't have money saved, it's really hard to kick this off. Anyway, but it can be done. It's just rougher. I just wanted to show this, guys. Hopefully it made some kind of sense and I didn't get it too muddied up. Listen to Mike's book. If you don't want to follow it, don't follow it. I'm just saying, give it a listen, see what you think about it, and see if it's something that you can use to help grow your business and get you where you want to be, not only in your business finances, but in your personal finances, to where they're both comfortable lives. And it takes, because it's all about, as us as business owners, we did this for a reason. We didn't just start running a business to work ourselves to death. We want to have comfortable lives, and this is just a tool that I'm finding that is helping me grow both financially and or business-wise, financial, personal finances, and it's just making life better, less stress for me. I wanted to share that, guys. Thanks for sticking around. If you made it through all that muddied mess of looking at a spreadsheet and me trying to play numbers and try to explain it, I know I'm not the best at explaining this stuff, but I want to share more about the office side of the business and the back end and how I do things and how I look at things. And this is just one tool I use, and an Excel spreadsheet that I set up from listening to Profit First. And have a great weekend, guys, and thanks for watching.
Yeah, we are in the place to be. Yeah.